talk about how we take care of our aloe vera. As I've said in a previous video, we do a lot of aloe vera selling at the market, so I have to work all the time every week to make it so that we have plenty to sell. And I've got this big pot here that I'm going to demonstrate on how I make aloe vera. This thing has actually gone a little farther than it should. See how this one's growing out the bottom? And I'm not going to try to save it, I think. I'll just pull it out. Well, it has some roots, so I might save it. Okay, what I do here is just put my hand on the bottom to support the aloe plant and slide the pot off, laying it down in the dirt there. And then I start taking these little aloe vera plants off. These are called Pups, P-U-P-S. I just pull that out there, trying to leave as many roots as I can. Something like this that has a long stem on it could be saved, but it doesn't have any good roots on it, so I toss that away. I've got so much of this stuff that I don't need all of it. So I go around and take the little pups off, lay them aside in a pile over here. And then I have, at the end, I have this larger plant. It's got some ugly leaves down low, which I need to get off of there. And I will most likely bury it into the ground up to here, so where only this part will stick out. Set this big one aside for now. I'll put it in this pot. Sit there for now, and I will pot up these smaller ones. Now, see, this one is nice size, it's nice shape, it's got its roots down here, so it'll go nicely into this 6-inch pot. I'm going to set it down in there and hold it suspended and put dirt around it so that the roots are mingled in with the soil as it goes down. Fill it up pretty good, press it down a bit, set it aside. Now this one is kind of long and skinny. It grew up in a tight condition because the pot was so crowded that I'm going to bury it up to here, because this is really where the growth starts. Down here it will make roots. These lower leaves will come off as it develops. So I'm going to try to hold it up straight with the stem sort of bent down there and fill it up with dirt. And filter in the dirt a little bit around here, around the center, so that it will make roots in there. And then as I water it, it will also, there's a little piece that needs to be poked down. It'll also wash the dirt down inside there. This one's a little smaller, but I'm going to go ahead and put it in a 6-inch pot. I usually put the smaller ones in 4-inch pots for a while, but this one's a little kind of borderline. Just press it down in there securely. You don't want the dirt compacted. You just want it pressed down firmly. Here's another crooked one, which I will big one. So in the bottom, it doesn't reach all the way to the bottom, so I'm putting a little bit of dirt down in the bottom on this one. And then setting the root ball down on there. Maybe make sure first it's kind of, the roots are scattered out a little bit. Now I'll just put soil in around this. And then I'll trim that up a little bit, and we will let it grow. I'll just pinch that off right there. Once they bend on one of their leaves, they don't recover from that bend. About have to break it off and let them start over again. So I'll water those down real good. And I just wanted to tell you that we grow our aloes in some shade. I put them on the floor underneath the bench, and they are shaded to a certain extent. Because I think that most people aren't going to have their aloe veras in full sun when they take them home, so I don't want them to go into too much shock being used to full sun here in my greenhouse and then going to somebody's shaded house. So I put them under the bench so that they are used to a little bit of shade. I tell people to put them in a sunny window and let them get used to wherever. Can you stop it? Aloe veras are capable of adjusting to pretty much whatever environment you put them in. But for the time that they are adjusting, they can get pretty sad looking. And so if they get purple, that means they're not used to the sun that they're getting. They can take full sun, but they can't take a change of environment all at once. If you want to put them in the full sun, put them gradually in the full sun. Offer some shade for a while until they adjust to their new environment, and then they can live in the full sun. And the same way with the shade. If you go from where they've been in the sun to the shade, do it a little at a time. And I'd also advise to just leave your aloe vera in one place. Don't move it around. It doesn't like changes. It goes through a sad stage and turns yellow. If it's purple, it means it's had too much sun. If it turns yellow, it means you're overwatering it. And this is #1 rule of taking care of aloes. Don't overwater. Let it dry out well in between good waterings. And you'll have to learn what that means. It doesn't mean water it on a regular schedule. It means let it dry out, watch it when your soil's dry, then give it a good watering. Not just a little tablespoon or something like that, but water it well and then let it dry out again before you water it again. If you take care of your aloe veras, you will have aloe veras all your life because they'll continue to make pups and they'll get huge for you. And we've learned that they like it pretty well in our greenhouse here, and so I'm just going to continue to grow aloe vera. Lesson today on how to take care of your aloe veras and save your aloe vera pups. Thanks for watching, and I'd like it if you'd subscribe to our channel and comment. I want to hear from you how your aloe vera growing is going, and give us a thumbs up. Thank you.